हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू माय चैनल फिजिक्स टिप्स। सो लास्ट वीडियो में हमने देखा था न्यूटन्स यूनिवर्सल लॉ ऑफ ग्रेविटेशन के बारे में। सो अब हम देखेंगे कि बाय यूजिंग केपलर्स लॉ हाउ न्यूटन कंक्लूडेड दैट force is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So now today we'll see deduction of Newton's law of gravitation using Kepler's law. Right? So we have Kepler's third law, and what is that? It states that square of the time period of the planet is directly proportional to the cube of the semi-major axis of the given orbit, right? So if this given orbit is a circle, then the semi-major axis for that circle is just a radius. तो ये सब मैंने बताया था आपको लास्ट वीडियो में केपलर्स लॉ जब मैंने डिफाइन किए थे, राइट? सो अब हम देखेंगे कि ये न्यूटन ने कैसे कंक्लूड किया, राइट? ये जो लॉ है ये केपलर्स ने दिया था 1609 में, राइट? 1609 में, एंड न्यूटन आफ्टर 50 to 55 years he gave his own law, right? And that law is called as Newton's universal law of gravitation. And what is that? Force directly proportional to product of the masses and inversely proportional to square of the distance. That is in 1665, after 50 to 55 years. Okay. So this is nothing but what? Square is directly proportional to r cube. Now Newton took his own orbit supposed to be, and that orbit is circular orbit, right? Let us suppose we have a sun. This one is sun supposed to be, right? And around the sun planet is revolving in this circular orbit, and this circular orbit of radius supposed to be capital R, and this is the planet suppose, right? And this planet, and this one is sun. So planet is moving in this orbit with velocity supposed to be v. So as we know, on this planet, due to this sun, there is a force. That force is called as the centripetal force, right? Centripetal force is there. Okay, now we'll define firstly the angular velocity, right? So that what is that angular velocity? Angular velocity, as we know, it is the ratio of 2 pi divided by the time period, isn't it? So omega is equal to 2 pi by time period. Now we have force, that is centripetal force, as Fc is equal to mv square by r, and that is equal to m omega square into r, isn't it? So this one, let us suppose first equation, this one second equation, and this one third equation, right? Okay, now Fc is equal to m omega square r. Now put this second equation in third equation. So we'll get Fc as m 2 pi by capital T whole square into r, isn't it? Now what is this? This one is equal to m 4 pi square by t square into r. As t square is directly proportional to r cube, और इसमें एक और इम्पोर्टेंट बात है, जब केपलर ने ये लॉ डिफाइन किया था तो उसने डायरेक्टली ऐसे बोला था t square is directly proportional to r cube, and that is equal to some constant, right? Some constant is there into r cube is there. Now he don't know what that constant is. Newton came and he found out what is that constant, and he proposed his own law, right? So यहाँ पर देखिए t square is equal to some constant into r cube, यहाँ पर रख सकते हैं हम, तो ये हो जाएगा m 4 pi square by some constant k into r cube into r, right? So this r cancel, it becomes r square, so which is equal to m 4 pi square by k into r square. So यहाँ पर देखिए, यहाँ पर एक बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग रिजल्ट आ रहा है, और वो रिजल्ट क्या है? देखो, ये 4 pi square divided by k is a constant, right? सो यहाँ से हम कंक्लूड कर सकते हैं जो फोर्स है, सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स, यू कैन से दैट फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन इज इक्वल टू 4 पाई स्क्वायर डिवाइडेड बाय k into m by r स्क्वायर, राइट। सो सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स में हम ये जो m है वो किसका लेते हैं, प्लैनेट का लेते हैं। तो यहाँ पर जो हमारा ये m है वो प्लैनेट का है, तो यहाँ पर प्लैनेट, यहाँ पर प्लैनेट, यहाँ पर प्लैनेट, यहाँ पर प्लैनेट। सो यहाँ पर भी क्या होगा, ये प्लैनेट होगा, राइट। सो फोर्स ऑफ, सो न्यूटन डिफाइंड ओवर हियर दिस 4 पाई स्क्वायर बाय k is nothing but some constant. So and Newton knows that force is directly proportional to mass of the planet, and the force is mutual between sun and planet. Newton's third law: every action has equal and opposite reaction. So if sun is providing force on this planet, that force is directly proportional to the mass of the planet, and this planet is providing the same force on this sun. So that force is must be proportional to the mass of the sun then, isn't it? So here we have mass of the planet. Here this is nothing but 1 by r square, that is the inverse square law. This is the second one, that is inverse square law, right? So he proposed that this 4 pi square by k must be directly proportional to the mass of the sun, right? So this is nothing but the mass of the sun, and after that he said this 4 pi square by k must be equal to some constant. That constant is then named as universal gravitational constant into m into ms, right? This ms is nothing but mass of the sun, and this capital G is nothing but the universal gravitational constant. Now अगर ये वैल्यू आप यहाँ पर पुट कर दोगे तो हमको एक रिजल्ट मिलेगा। वो रिजल्ट क्या हो जाएगा, F is equal to मिल जाएगा हमको this GMS is nothing but 4 pi square by k, so GMS into MP by r square. See here, this is the Newton's universal law of gravitation, G m1 m2 by r square. So this is nothing but using Kepler's law, Newton concluded that force of attraction is directly proportional to the product of their masses, right? Whatever two objects are there, that force of attraction is between that two masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So by using Kepler's law we can prove the inverse square law. By using Kepler's law we can prove the Newton's universal law, or we can deduce the Newton's universal law of gravitation, right? So F is equal to G m1 m2 by r square. So it is that simple, right? Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, subscribe it and press the bell icon for new updates.